welcome back inside the cave on this Tuesday. Seems like Monday, but Tom Crawford stopping by this morning after a long weekend, and you didn't take the Mastercraft out this weekend, huh?
No, I got to let the water warm up a couple more weeks here. I'm getting older, fatheads, and this will be getting back into water skiing for the first time in 2 years after last year's surgery. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. But I need to get the water temperature out of the 50s first.
There you go.
60s.
There you go.
It's been cold. We got some warm weather, and hey, we're only 5 days till June, and that's the month before July, which is football media days for the Big Ten at the end of July, and then football, not too much later. So hey, we're getting excited.
Well, not an awful lot of news coming out of Ann Arbor as far as football, basketball is concerned. Pretty much revolving around recruiting and that sort of thing. But we're still in the cusp of what's going to happen with the championship playoff. 16 teams, 24 teams. An article coming out over the weekend, Greg Sankey of the SEC, saying that he is definitely committed to a championship game amid all of the talk about 24 teams getting in. And does he have enough pull, do you think, to pull that off, or are we going to see 24?
So what does he say? So what is Sankey saying that's different from Tony Petitti? So fill me in on that.
Well, he's just saying that he believes in the college football playoff, the championship game of the SEC. He says
I see what you mean.
That they were the ones that started it with the championship game of the conference, and he wants to continue that because it's a big payoff for them, and they get all kinds of media coverage and sponsorship money, and he doesn't want to see that go away.
Yeah, the sponsorship money is pretty big. What Dr. Pepper used to do all these every conference seems like, and that's the thing. When you go to 24, you eliminate the conference championship, and then you think about. I've been thinking about this along with Michigan recruiting, because I'm super excited about what Kyle Whittingham's done in the last 4 weeks. They're now 8th or 9th in the 24/7, depending on some of these platforms. So they're doing good. So I am thinking college football, and the playoff has obviously been the news peg, Pat, and I was talking to my radio partner last night about it. There's only going to be one more. Actually, the amount of games will be the same as long as they eliminate the conference championship, because Indiana plays 16. If you have a first-round bye, you're still playing the same 16. You'd play 17 if you did not get a first-round bye. But, Sankey can think all he wants. So I just think that's going to be diminished because you're going to get guys sitting out later in the season because they got to be ready for the playoffs. The regular season is really going to be damaged, I think, at least initially, until people adjust. People adjust. They really do. But I don't have any. I don't have any strong feelings of the Big Ten. Michigan won. I was down in Lucasville 3 years in a row, and you were there.
Yeah.
And that was all fun. But I don't. Just get to the playoffs. Because that's all that counts is the national championship, that whole postseason tournament. And I think Sankey is just kind of living in the past. I don't think he's going to have any say in that, quite frankly.
Well, he also talks about all the contracts that they have, especially with Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That contract goes through 2031, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And a couple of ADs have backed him up. Greg Byrne out of Alabama, Kirby Smart from Georgia says they hate to lose that championship game. But
they can hate to lose it all they want. And the thing about it is those buyouts. The buyouts get totally becomes a non-issue when you see the TV package. And I don't know how they're going to do this. If they're going to have, if it's going to be like the NBA, is it going to be like the NBA playoffs where we're jumping around? Oh, we got to stream it on Amazon today, and then we go to the Peacock the next time? Is it going to be that? But there's so much money involved in that, Pat, and any buyout with a stadium in a particular town like Atlanta will seem like chump change compared to how much money the TV packages will be.
Tom, I heard somebody last week talking about the 24 team playoff, and his suggestion. I just want to get your feeling about this. He said you're going to take the group of 6 champions, regular season champions. They get an automatic. Your four power get an automatic.
Right.
So you got 10. Now you got 14 at large. It doesn't seem like that would happen, but I think it would be interesting that like the Mid-American Conference champion would get into the college football playoffs. The group of 6 would all qualify. It would create a lot more interest in college football.
You mean you're telling me that all 6 of those conferences would have a berth?
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
Now this is just one guy's his scenario for
but
the 24.
Can you imagine? I mean, we had a couple of blowouts. And you see this in college basketball. I mean, in the NCAA tournament, you have blowouts early on. I get that. Michigan, you had blowouts the whole run pretty much the last game. But my point is that I don't see all 6 of those, the Sun Belt and Mountain West all getting a bid because the Power 4 teams have got to go. Yeah, right. Oregon, it doesn't get, maybe say they slipped down, they're on the bubble. They don't get an at-large, and you're putting one of these teams in. I just don't think that's going to be reality. I just don't see that happening. I mean, it's an interesting, suggestion, of parity, but, wow, that would be.
I don't.
They had a good product. They had a good, why are they screwing this thing up? I thought the thing was good at 12, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think it's eventually going to go to 16. I think without any question. But I think 12 is plenty. But it was something that was thrown out that I hadn't heard. It would be interesting from the perspective that these other conferences would. You'd be kind of following the whole thing, and then you're still going to get 14 at-large bids. I mean, you're not going to miss out on anybody that really has a potential team that could win the national championship. I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah. I want to go back to, I pose this question to both of you guys. I mean, when you think about, I said this matter-of-factly, no conference championships, with 24 teams. So, in other words, the Big Ten championship, the SEC championship, would be decided in regular season play. Well, how the hell do you arrive at a credible Big Ten champion in the regular season when your schedule dictates everything?
Yeah,
there's 18, there's 17 teams other than you, and you only get to play 9. So someone's going to get screwed on the schedule, and how is that a legitimate conference champion?
Yeah, the unbalanced schedule is a problem especially with the Big Ten with 18 teams. But
at least the division thing would corral it in the sense that just win your division and then you get a chance to prove yourself because you're beating the best of the best on the other side.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
I don't want to switch necessarily from football, but basketball. I want you to rank the 3 guys from Michigan in the order that they're going to get drafted, because I think people are going to be surprised at the order when they get picked.
Well, I think Morez is, and these combines have a little more weight than maybe even people think. Morez is just skyrocketing in his workouts, and so I think Adai is going to go number 1 because of his rim protection abilities that he demonstrated. I think Adai is going to go first, and then Morez and Yaxel could be interesting. I heard the rumor not the rumor, but the proposal or the theory, would the Pistons trade up because they're going to have a horrible pick? Would they trade up to mid, whatever it will to get Jackson Lindenborg. And would that be just from a PR standpoint, another Michigan guy, or would he be a legitimate contribution to it? But I think Merez is going to go above Yaks. So it's Adai, Rez, and Yaks. What do you think?
I think you're exactly right. And I think if you would have asked somebody that during the year, it would have been just almost the opposite.
Well, I mean, I keep saying, I mean, there's raw potential of Rez, and I go back to this conversation I had with Tim McCormick earlier in the season a couple times. He says that Rez has to develop an outside shot in the NBA, and I've been watching the playoffs, and everybody can shoot. I mean, everybody, and there's an expectation level that you in the New York Knicks are district. I mean, my God, they had 130 some points, and they didn't have anybody over 20 points, whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's like you have to score from anywhere on the court, and Rez has to develop that to really be. I don't care if you're a 4 or obviously a 3, but even the 5s have to hit some 3s. So Rez has to develop that.
Jeremy Fears, he's got one more day to decide. What do you think?
I think he's coming back to Michigan State. I mean, we talked about this the other night. All it takes is one team to love you. It's like when you're looking for a spouse, all you need to do is have one person love you, right? I'll take one job. It just takes one job. And he's searching around for that one team to love him. And it's getting closer to that. I don't think he wants to come back, but I think he should come back because right now in the NBA, Mark, it seems like the point guard by itself, which is his strength, assist. I mean, he's a tremendous ball distributor. You have to be a combo guard. I mean, you've got to be able to do both.
Yeah.
And I think he needs to work on his perimeter shooting. He should come back. I think he will come back. It wouldn't shock me if he goes to the NBA because he'll find that one team to love him.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he wants to stay in, but
he does.
I'm not sure where he's getting his information from, other than his agent and where they predict he's going to get picked and who picks him. I mean, yeah, you're right. You only need one team to fall in love with you, and the Pistons could use a point guard as well. I mean, I just don't think that Cade's not the guy to necessarily.
Well, I mean, Cade. I mean, it's like Cade needs help. He can't. I mean, first he was coming off of lung, collapse and ribs or crack, whatever his thing was, and he's coming back and he's got all that burden. You have to have 3 score. You have to have 3 guys that come winning time can deliver. I mean, all these teams have those. I mean, the Cavaliers have those kind of, even though they got swept here. I mean, Pistons don't have that. Michigan State needs Jeremy Fears back. I think they will not be the team that they're expected to be. I mean, that would be a huge punch in the gut if he doesn't come back from Michigan State.
Yeah.
My own opinion.
Tom, I don't know. I think I heard this a couple of weeks ago about a proposed $1 point some billion refurbishing of the arena, the basketball arena at Michigan. Have you heard anything about that?
No, that would surprise me because I mean that place is pretty nice. I mean, I love going to Chrysler. I mean, I don't think there's so many other areas that they could improve upon. You see stuff on that's kicked around and you don't know what to believe.
Right.
And some of these stories are AI generated. It looks like, God, that was a well-structured story, and someone just threw that into AI, and all of a sudden it starts trending. But no, that would surprise me because I don't think it's a big priority. I haven't heard any pushback on Chrysler. I mean, I've been in every corner of that during the Davidson Development Center and everything, and that was a big deal back in 2008, whenever that thing rolled out, and Beeline just came on board, and or beyond. It was closer, maybe a few years later. That's a good facility, and
Oh, yeah.
it's big enough. It's big enough. You don't want to go any bigger because then you have empty seats. And Michigan's not a huge, huge basketball school. Although next year, you bet that the ticket to win is going to be pretty strong if with the expectations the way they are coming off the national title.
Getting back to football for just a second here, Bryce Underwood, we haven't heard an awful lot about him over the course of the last few weeks. Any intel on him?
Well, I think he's getting, now he's got McCoy down. He's got a quarterback coach, which he didn't have, and he's doing some other things in the off season here with private tutoring for his quarterback skills, his footwork. We talk about his footwork. I just think he's going to really make a breakthrough this year. I'm not saying he's a Heisman Trophy candidate, but you got to protect him. I go back, same thing I go with the Lions, the offensive line. Michigan State right now has got to ramp their offensive line up because they're going to be it's the whole thing. If you can protect Bryce Underwood and get some type of running game flow where that offense has some rhythm, he is going to blossom because there's enough tools around him. He's got two great running backs. I like this. I like this team as we sit right now. But I mean, they're picked fifth in the Big Ten. I mean, think about that for a second.
Haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's probably a pretty good place to be, right? Low expectations, get that disrespect card. I'd like to be Michigan State. They're picked 17th. Only
my.
Purdue.
Oh,
and that
my.
latest CBS poll that came out a couple days ago, now that's disrespect.
That it really is. Tom, we're up against the clock here, but we want to remind folks that they can get all of your content on your podcast.
Yeah, I got some really good stuff coming up all over the summer, and Big Ten Media Days, July 29th and 30th is not too far away. Anyway, go out to Tom's Take Community, all one word. Go out my YouTube channel, give me a like. I'd really appreciate it, and subscribe for free. Also, at Blue Belly Tom on TikTok and then Facebook, just search Tom Crawford and Michigan Wolverines, and you can see all that good stuff. And always appreciate being on Inside the K. One of the highlights of the week, guys.
All right, Tom, we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, have a great week. Look forward to it.
All right, Tom Crawford with us this morning on Inside the Cave. Don't go away, much more sports coming up.